going on, everyone? Talon back here, and today we are going to cover all of the information, the translations, and everything. If you follow me over on Twitter, though, then you saw my post about the translations the moment the cards came out, so you can, I guess, skip this part if you want to, but there is some information that came out later on during the day that I personally wasn't able to get to because I was at work and everything like that, so I thought I'd cover it here, kind of give you my schedule for the weekend in terms of the tournament and everything like that, and just kind of some stuff that we can start to see that, yes, this is definitely a filler month right now for April, and then by the end of April, probably around the 26th, 27th Japan time, give or take, we will then see the start of the celebration for Golden Week, whether it is simply just Golden Week celebration, or is it going to be that infamous 250 million download rumor that's kind of going around. No one really knows for sure, so I'm not going to put any confirmation on that. I'm not going to make guesses or anything right now until we get a little bit more information, but, you know, I believe, though, that we will, no matter what, get something during Golden Week, and no matter what. That, I am going to say, is 99% confirmed, just based on the last 2 years, essentially. So, anyway, so first off, let's get into all of the tournament information and goodies, and then we're going to into someone's Z Awakening that, it's kind of interesting, personally. So anyway, so let's get into the 23rd World Tournament. As you guys know, there was a data download today that kind of put into the data the World Tournament cards, the prizes, the cards that we'll be getting, some awakenings and everything like that, and then obviously what is going to be part of the World Tournament, the prizes and all that kind of stuff. So the timetable for the tournament is as follows. This, by the way, is by Pacific Standard Time, so over on the west coast of the U.S. right now. So this says it'll start Friday at 1 a.m. on the 6th of April, which is 5 p.m. Japan time on Friday, so it makes total sense. And then it will end at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday, which is 10 p.m. Sunday Japan time. So that's when it's going to be finished. The rewards will come out on Tuesday, so actually a little later than we expected, at 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is going to be Tuesday at 6 p.m. Japan time. And then the summons banner will go away on the 17th, which is pretty normal. The summons banner usually sticks around until about a week later, give or take, okay? Then the ranking rewards. Now, as you know, usually the best ranking rewards are going to be up to about, usually 10,000 is guaranteed you to give you the World Tournament prize right here. As you can see right here, though, it is this Chi-Chi for this one. Now, one thing I am curious about is 20,000. Okay, so 20,000 does give you Chi-Chi. Okay, so in this case, 20,000 does, but I think 20,000 and below does not. Okay, now, if you're able to get into like the top 1,000 or anything like that, you notice that you start to get orbs for your prizes. Yes, they're going to start giving us orbs for our prizes. So if you get in the top 1,000, then great. 500. Now check out first place. First place is absolutely ridiculous. It is, they literally give you enough orbs to almost rainbow. I think it's like 20 people or something like that. Of course, depending on certain characters, you know, because I know like the free-to-play ones definitely sometimes take a little less orbs compared to some of the other ones. But I mean, what does it take? It takes like 250 large orbs, 2,500 to maybe 3,000 medium orbs, and then around 3,000 to 4,000 small orbs, again, depending on the characters and all that stuff. But nonetheless, you're getting a lot of orbs here, so that's pretty nice right there. Not to mention, you get 15 old Kais, you get one of each of the Grand Kais, which is kind of weird in my opinion, but okay, whatever. 15 SSR tickets, and then 15 Dragon Ball Summon tickets. So it looks like the tournament, like, I guess, past World Tournament prizes are going to be in the Dragon Ball Summon tickets, if it looks like. I'm not 100% on that, so don't quote me. I'll update you guys tomorrow when I'm streaming the World Tournament. And by the way, yes, I will be streaming the World Tournament tomorrow, Friday night, and then possibly on Saturday and Sunday. I'm not really sure just yet. As you guys know, I don't really stream Dokkan, but when it comes to the rare chance that I do, I am. So make sure you go and follow me over on Twitch, so you go ahead and check those out. So, and then you get 15 of these Chi-Chis, which makes sense. 9 of them go into her essay, 4 of them go into her, you know, the dupe pass system and everything like that. So unfortunately, she's not really that good of a card. So most people are mostly going for the local rankings, and then also probably just the orbs themselves. So TN returns finally as the LR that you can go ahead and get. So I need to have him at SA20. I've got one path unlocked. I threw a ton of extra agility Grand Kais in him just because I could. I would not recommend that for a lot of different people, but if you have the extra Grand Kais and stuff like that, then I would. And then the missions are as stated, obviously. I mean, they're the usual: beat it once, beat it twice, beat it 3 times, you know, basic stuff like that. Beat it 20 times gets you the usual stuff. This is the different classes and the world tournament you get to. It's nothing has changed here. Absolutely nothing has changed here. These are the total points, so like 100,000, 200,000, stuff like that. Then you get your usual orbs in here, which are pretty nice. You get 1 grand. You actually get quite a few old Kais. Actually, you get 1 old Kai here, and then down here you actually get some Grand Kais, which are really nice. And then you get some more old Kais here, and that seems to be about it. And then these ones are the beat it without dying, so keeping the straight record of 20 basically, all the way down here, and it gets you 1 more old Kai. So that's pretty nice stuff right there. So that's pretty much all the World Tournament information. Then if we go into the release schedule, these are the cards that are either coming to the banners or beat prizes or are getting Dokkan Awakens. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Team Goku right here real quick. He's nothing special. These SRs are mostly meant to either just be fodder, Baba food, or in terms of this Team Goku right here, you can actually throw him into that foot Kamehameha Goku that's been the prize a while ago. He actually gets a Dokkan Awaken. We're going to go into him in just a second. But pretty much the Goku here, agility and physical types, HP and attack up 20%. He has a high chance to stun, and then at the beginning of the turn, he raises his own defense by 100%. And when he's facing 2 enemies or more, he is +2 ki and +40% in the attack. So nothing too special there. I mean, I guess if you wanted to use him on a World Tournament team, you could, but yeah, just whatever. The big one right here, though, is, of course, the Team Gohan. I have to admit, that art is pretty badass, and so that's pretty cool. But when you actually max him out, he's not bad in the orb system, actually. So, unfortunately, I don't have any dupes of him. I only got him base. He's like SA5 or something like that. But anyway, his leader skill is agility, tech, and physical ki +2, attack and HP, or HP and attack up 50%. And then for 1 turn, he will massively, or I guess superly, raise his attack for 1 turn, which makes sense. He does supreme damage, so nothing special there. And then basically he gives agility, tech, and physical types, ki +2, and attack and defense up 30%. So he's a really good subunit if you don't happen to have the Tech Vegito. Tech Vegito still reigns over this guy no matter what, because he gives it to all types, not just certain types. But he does give ki, which is nice. So maybe if you're looking more to do something with ki there, and he also has Super Saiyans that could potentially link well better depending on what team you're running him on. But overall, Vegeta will still be the better support unit overall. So anyway, so that's the Gohan right there. This is a foot Kamehameha Goku. He gets his Dokkan Awaken. Oh, and of course, Gohan gets the Rebirth Link. So it is what it is. The foot Kamehameha Goku here is physical types, ki +2, attack and defense up 60%. He then has a medium chance to stun people, and then when he super attacks, his attack and defense goes up by 80%. So that's pretty cool right there. Not a bad unit at all. The unfortunate side to all these abilities to stun and everything, it's nicer than simply greatly lowering defense and all that stuff. But a lot of these events, except for like Super Battle Road, he's actually would probably be pretty decent for Super Battle Road. The bottom line, though, is that when it comes to like the Dokkan Fest events, a lot of these guys don't let you stun. So Turles does, so he's good to bring there. But overall, you can't stun a lot of these guys in their later stages. So it's kind of just like, man, why can't they like lower attack or actually make greatly lowering defense do something besides just on Broly? So, you know, I'll say that in every single video for the most part. But anyway, so we're going on to Giant Piccolo, essentially. Physical types, ki +2, HP and attack up 60%. He greatly lowers defense. Useless, pretty much, is what you'd expect. This guy's interesting. So, all enemy types, attack and defense down 20%, and the attacking after the enemy has been attacked. So if you happen to pick, like on Super Battle Road, if you pick 1 enemy and you attack them, then he has a medium chance to stun them, and he has a Tokidoki time to go giant. As you guys know, Tokidoki means sometimes in Japanese. So that's just something right there. If you have them, great. I personally don't. So, but then again, most people don't run the Giants category anymore. So yeah, it kind of sucks. Chi-Chi is going to be your World Tournament prize for your global ranking. Again, the TN is for your local ranking, but Chi-Chi here is physical types, ki +2, attack and defense of 50%. She's a rare chance to stun the enemy when she uses a super attack. And this is the part where it gets, she's kind of like that Tech Wildo that we have. Pretty much though, after she's attacked an enemy, that enemy's attack and defense will down for 2 turns by 20%. And if your HP happens to be 50% or above, then your ki will go up by 3 and your attack and defense goes up by 60%. So yeah, I don't think she's really going to be used. It's cool we finally get an SSR Chi-Chi and all that kind of stuff, like a base form SSR, but yeah, you're not really going to use her, unfortunately. So, I mean, if you do, great. I mean, the biggest downside to her is that if it wasn't just simply like you have to attack the person, she's in the exact same situation that Tech Guildo's in, right? If it was just simply her being there, lowering the attack and defense by 20%, great. That would be a great unit right there. But because she has to attack them and things like that, it's just kind of like, okay, it's fine. But there are actually some better, like, free units you can get from, like, the Baba shop, or, you know, you can farm up and stuff like that. So, again, she's not a bad card, just, you know, there are better types. So, other than that, though, there's a Krillin, there's a Yamcha. They're not the greatest. I mean, Krillin's not bad. I mean, he lowers defense for a super attack, and then at the beginning of the turn, he gives himself +3 ki, and he will mitigate damage by 30%. So that's actually not bad for the Krillin. And Yamcha, he's okay. I mean, you're not definitely going to use his leader skill, but if your ki is 7 or above, your attack and defense goes up by 50%, and if your HP is 70% or below, then you get +4 ki. So I guess you can use them for raising the super attack of some other Yamchas and stuff like that. Yajirobe, I didn't even translate him, I think, on Twitter. So, I mean, you're never going to use him. He can seal super attacks. Cool. Why are they always rares? So, and then physical types attack down 20%. Enemy attacks down 20%. So, cool. The only downside is, like, taking him on to something like Super Battle Road, he's going to still take a lot of damage. So, and you can't put any orbs into the guy. So, you have to make sure he's not getting attacked or anything. So, yeah. Anyway, so those are all the cards that are going to be updated. All that stuff should, of course, be there by the time you get to the World Tournament starting. Now, the big one that was kind of a surprise to us was that Frieza is going to be the next one to get his Extreme Z Awakening. And from the looks of it, it seems to be coming out next week on, I think, what was it, like the 10th or something like that? I think it was around that time. I'm not sure on that. When we get more details, obviously, I'll update you guys. But if you go to his EZA stuff here, though, it starts to tell you what's going to happen. Now, of course, we knew his leader skill was going to jump to the +3 ki and 70% up in the stats, right? That's happened to all the other guys, so absolutely no problem there. But then his super attack, his passive essentially changes when you get him up to level 140 in SA 15. So the usual, you know, when he super attacks at that time, his attack goes up by 120%, right? Powerful unit. We've already known that. Frieza's been a beast, no problem. So, and if he happens to be the first person in this slot right here, then he will actually give himself +3 ki and 30% attack. Now, the one thing I have, there's two things I have kind of a problem with this. Again, we'll have to do some testing when we see this, is the fact that in order for him to get that defensive boost initially right there, we'll talk about the super attack in a second here, but initially, in order to get that boost, both the ki and the defense up 30%, he has to be in the first slot sometimes. And because it states that he has to be attacking already to receive those, that means if anyone before him in that first slot is attacking, then that means he's still going to take total damage without the defensive buff. So basically think about it this way, right? You've got Frieza, let's say Cooler, and you've got Boo, okay? The Super Boo, which is the support unit, okay? And then you have like 2 enemies attacking here. Frieza attacks, 1 more enemy attacking Frieza, and then Cooler attacks, someone attacks Cooler, and no one's attacking Boo, okay? Let's just give a plain example right there. The way that this is used right now, unless it actually changes at the last minute, is that when the battle starts, when they attack Frieza before he's had a chance to attack, he's not going to have that defensive boost. He's not going to have it, okay? Which means he's still going to take whatever 45, 50k if, for example, using this in Super Battle Road. Frieza can already tank in any other event, basically, except for maybe like Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But for the most part, Frieza's been able to tank for quite a while, actually, under Cooler's ability and everything like that. However, Super Battle Road, you guys know you do not put Frieza to take a hit to save his life. Even with big bad bosses and Super Boo there, giving him all that defensive power, you still don't do it on Super Battle Road. So this is a chance to see if maybe he can do that. Now, I also know, before anyone grows me in the comments or anything like that, I also know that his super attack has changed as well. That when you super attack, then your defense goes up by, I believe it's 30%, or no, it's for 3 turns. Your defense goes up by for 3 turns, which I guess is pretty cool. Yeah, here it is. So when you super attack, defense goes up for 3 turns by okay, it is by 30%, okay? So that's cool if you can get a couple of super attacks off first, and then maybe by the 3rd time he comes around, and then you put him in the first slot, and no one's attacking him first, and then he gets the attack off, and then that even raises his defense even more, plus he gets that 30% from his passive, then I definitely think he can take a hit, which is cool and everything. Just keep in mind, Frieza's already been powerful. We know that. The big thing we've all wanted Frieza to get is a defensive boost, because he's already pretty powerful, right? He's got immense damage, 120% up. We all knew that was coming, or we all knew that was going to stay the way it is. But in terms of the defensive power, that's going to take some testing to do right there. I have two dudes personally into my own. And I know he gets a natural high defense just from going up to EZA and all that kind of stuff. But again, we'll have to see exactly what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of different testing because, in my personal opinion, I don't think you can we can all say, oh yeah, he's going to tank. It's just like, yeah, but most characters these days tank on almost any event except for maybe like, UI Goku status type events and everything like that. Whereas, and then obviously with Super Battle Road, but if you take them back to like, the 70% boss leads and everything, it's just like, well, yeah, everyone tanks there, no matter who you bring. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that he does his Extreme Z Awakening. Any improvement is an improvement, right? Never said that was bad. I'm just worried the fact that it's kind of a little underwhelming compared to the Goku and the Broly, which I do know they're older units. So they had to get a little bit more of a buff compared to Frieza and everything like that. But because of that whole stupid, like, gotta be in the first slot type of thing in order to get this, and you have to have attacked already, I've never been a fan of that passive. So personally for me, again, it's a great update and everything like that. I personally wish the super attack was more of a defense Kaioken mechanic, where it just continued to increase no matter what for infinite amounts until the battle ended, essentially. And then I wish the fact that in terms of his passive, it was just simply he gets +3 ki, and then he got the 30% boost or whatever. Or even, heck, even take out the +3 ki. I don't care. You always put him with cooler anyway, so he's going to get that ki, and just make the 30% defense when he is there. So that would be my personal opinion, but again, it's hard to say. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments as always. What do you think about Frieza? What do you think about the World Tournament? Are you going to be participating in all that stuff? I'll be doing a more in-depth thing on Frieza when we get a little bit more detail and everything like that. So again, we'll have to see. And from what I understand, though, in order the team to take it, supposedly is the Namek Saga, which is using this Gohan right here. I'm probably going to be using like a strength team with the Gohan on there, obviously, and then obviously like LR Frieza and such. But again, we'll have to see what exactly is going to happen. It could say that the Namek Saga is the way to do it, the easiest, but maybe there is also something else. I mean, obviously strength is also going to be the other way to do it, but you never know. They can change things up. Maybe. I don't know. So anyway, guys, again, thanks for stopping by the video as always. Until next time, everyone, I will see you all in the next one.